In this video, I'm going to show you how you can land your first tech sales job or SaaS sales job, even if you don't have experience in that industry. That is how I started. I used to be a real estate agent, and before that, I was working at a travel agency as a marketing manager. And I found myself in tech sales, SaaS sales, and I've been in this industry for about 10 years now. So let me show you exactly what I did that you can land your job too. So I'm going to share my screen to keep this really interactive. First things first, start doing your research. What essentially you're trying to do is you want to find out, well, where can you even find companies that are hiring for SaaS sales reps or tech sales? LinkedIn is one place, but the thing with LinkedIn is I found that there are a lot of companies that are looking for people that have SaaS sales experience, tech sales experience, and I think it's harder to land a job on LinkedIn. Also, there are more corporate companies or more established companies on LinkedIn, so that if you apply there and you don't have that much experience, they may not even look at your resume. It may just get dumped automatically. But you're more likely to land something if you're going after a company that's an early stage startup that is, they have some sort of money, either pre-seed series, which means like they have like some angel investors, or they've raised a seed round, which is like a small, like 1 to 2 million or 5 million, or they've raised Series A. So a lot of startups are open to hiring people that don't necessarily have SaaS sales experience, but are super coachable, trainable, or maybe they have some level of sales experience. So for me, for example, I came from not having SaaS sales experience, but I was a waiter and I was a real estate agent. So I had some type of sales experience, which I'll go into. But the first place I want to talk about is, where do you go? Where do you find where do you do your research? So one of my favorite websites is angel.co. They bought out by Wellfound, or Wellfound bought angel.co. But you would go here, you create, I'm not going to show you how to do this now. It's pretty simple, but you create your own account, your own login, all that good stuff. Once you're in angel.co, you're able to search for jobs. What you can do, I'm going to do this live with you right now. I didn't practice this or anything before this video. So let's say, I'll make a little side note. A lot of companies that are hiring for salespeople or SaaS salespeople may not hire an account executive. So it really depends on what you're looking for. Are you looking for an SDR role, which is a sales development role, or an AE role, which is an account executive role? The difference between the two, I'll talk about it in another video, but the difference between the two is SDR is more of a hunter role where they're prospecting for leads, and they usually pass those leads on to an account executive who does further discovery. They mostly do demos and then they close. So it's a closing role. So it's a hunting role versus a closing role. So it depends on what you're looking for. But I think if you're really starting out, SDR role could be a really good place to get your feet wet, to get you comfortable in the industry. So let's just go with SDR for the sake of argument, okay? So we're going to type in SDR, and angel.co is saying, hey, sales development representative. Yes, we're going to do that. We'll skip the filters for now. You can do your own filters. But what I want you to pay attention to is, notice how like this job right here, oh yeah, had the position a year ago. I would, and number one, it's brand partnership. It's not an SDR role really, but I wouldn't apply to anything that was listed a year ago, because I don't think the company went back to angel.co and removed the listing. So I'd recommend looking for something maybe a month ago. 7 days ago is perfect. But let's look at this one. So let's look at sales development representative. We're going to open a bunch. See, SDR is also the same. I'm going to open up a bunch. And the reason why I'm doing that is because some of these may require you to have experience in SaaS sales, and some of them don't. So I'm opening up a bunch. Let's click this one. You see Swim, they landed a Series A of $27.6 million. Let's see, sales development representative. And so I'll open up a bunch. Yeah, we'll together look at the job descriptions. So what I'm looking for now on the job description is, what are their requirements? Are they requiring the applicant to have SDR experience or a SaaS sales experience? So let's look down. So I'm going to scroll down. The role, I'm going to skip that. I'm looking for about you. That's usually the area. Some companies have about you. Some companies have requirements. It's pretty much the same thing. At least 1 year of prior tech sales experience. So you can look at this and say, okay, I'm not a fit, so let's not apply there. The only thing is, I'm not going to get into it in this video, but you could make a really good case for yourself to apply here, even if you don't have 1 year of tech sales experience. So let's just close that out for now. Let's scroll down now. See, this was the same job. So let's scroll down here to this another company. 1+ year of SaaS SDR experience with a proven track record of success. Okay. So no to this one. We're applying together. This is what we're doing right now, right? About you. You have experience in account-based sales, technical support, managing and qualifying inbound leads, or sourcing outbound leads. You're looking to grow your career in a world-class revenue organization committed to investing in your development. This is a really good sign because they are saying that they'll invest in teaching you. You have used HubSpot, Gmail, or comparable CRM, LinkedIn. Okay, that's pretty good. All right, so I don't see anything in their requirements that requires you to have an SDR role in the past. Nothing that says at least 1 year experience in an SDR or tech sales related job. What they are saying is you have some experience in account-based sales, technical support, managing and qualifying inbound leads, or sourcing outbound leads. This is not a and statement. This is an or statement. If your experience in any of your jobs falls anywhere near here, some experience, then you are a fit for this job listing. So here's a perfect example of a company that is paying someone $65,000. It's probably OTE, which is on target earnings, which means it's your base plus the commission, that is looking for someone that they're going to help develop, invest in your development, and that you have to have some experience. And if you've used Gmail or LinkedIn or HubSpot, I mean, these are just basic, easy, or any type of CRM. So you have this is a perfect example. And look at this. Look at the benefits you're getting also. I don't even know this company. We just did this in real time right now. Receive a MacBook, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So this is a perfect example of a company that you can apply to that's hiring remote sales reps, that is willing to invest in your development, that is willing to give somebody a chance, even if they don't have SaaS sales experience, that has crazy good benefits to start out with. A lot of companies don't do this. So here's a perfect example of Osano. What I would do if I were you is I would look at the hiring contact. That's Kelsey. They have it right here. Technical recruiter. You can apply directly on angel.co. And when you go into, sometimes it has the founder's name or the CEO's name, but in this case, they have the technical recruiter. I would go to Kelsey. I would click her profile in angel.co on the profile page. And then I'd click, if you see an IN symbol here, it means a logo. It means it's LinkedIn. So I would click on her LinkedIn. I would apply to the job on angel.co. I would go here. I'd click apply and I'd apply. Whatever it is that you can put in, what I'd recommend is putting in a little blurb about why you think you'd be a good fit. And then once you do that, I would actually go on LinkedIn, click on more, connect, and then add a little note and add a note telling her, hey, Kelsey, saw that you're hiring for an SDR role. I just applied. We'll love to see if this could be a good fit, whatever it is that you want to tell them. But you want to make sure that you're also following up with the recruiter on, or whoever is hiring on LinkedIn as well. All right, let's look at this one. This one, Truveris, I don't know who that is, but I'm looking at it now. Also, SDR role. Let's look at the responsibility, the qualifications. Bachelor's degree required. Passionate, motivated, driven, excel, confident. Okay, blah 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 blah. Demonstrated interest for a career in sales. Experience in Salesforce or CRM software is a plus. Again, here's a perfect example of another job that is hiring, tech sales job that's hiring, that does not require you to have any sales experience, just an interest in sales. And all you need really is a bachelor's degree. But I would imagine that you can probably get over this if somebody doesn't have one. But again, these are all skills that you got from life, from other jobs that you've had. If you're a waiter, if you're a real estate agent. So we'll talk about that in a minute. But look at this. In just a few minutes, I showed you 2 companies that were hiring for an SDR role, which is in tech sales. It's one of the best roles you can dive into and get your foot in the door in the world of SaaS. And they're not requiring you to be tech sales experienced. Fantastic. So that's the first thing. So start by doing your research. Angel.co is one of the best places to start. If you want, what you can do is you can open up a Google Sheets, like a spreadsheet, and put all the companies that you want to apply for and put them into that sheet along with whoever the hiring person is. So senior hiring contact for this company, for example, is Sarah, whoever that is. Let's go to her profile. Again, she has Twitter and she has LinkedIn. And you click both and you see which one she's more active on. And then you send her a DM along with your application. All right, that's number one. Number two, getting involved in the tech community. That is one of the best things that you can do. You want to be able to network with other people in the industry, because if you build relationship and friendships with people in the industry of SaaS and tech sales, then when a job opens up, they can think of you. So you've ever heard that line, it's not what you know, it's who you know. And so this is really important. One of the best places I'd recommend to get involved in the tech community is LinkedIn. If you don't have LinkedIn, then create an account on LinkedIn, create a profile on LinkedIn. And the question is, like, where do you go once you've connected on LinkedIn? The easiest place to start. So let's just say you created a LinkedIn profile. Let me go on my LinkedIn for a second. Let's click on Sarah first. Let's go back to the previous one, Kelsey. Okay, so we're going to click on Kelsey. I can close out my other LinkedIn. We're going to go to her LinkedIn. Now, here's what you should do with step number 2. It's a little slow, so I apologize. Go into the companies that you're applying for. So let's just say Osano, this company you're applying for. Go to and click on people. And then you can search for either SDR. You may get results, you may not. We'll see. Let's see what happens if I click SDR. I got no results. Yeah, so you have sales manager here, and then you have Karen. So you actually do have 2 employees under that name. And let's type in account executive. Let's see what happens. It may not have anything. Nope, you do. Okay. So you have a bunch of account executives here, plus you have SDRs. What I would do if I were you is I would start connecting with these folks on LinkedIn. And then I would see, maybe they made a post on their LinkedIn. Start engaging in their posts. So let's look at Steven. The last time Steven posted on LinkedIn was a month ago. You can click on show all activity. You can click on posts. And then you can start engaging and liking his posts and making comments. What you can also do is you can see who Steven is engaging with. So Steven likes this post of Caroline. You can go to Caroline, see if she's also in tech or in SaaS sales, and start engaging in Caroline's post. So the idea is the easiest way to start connecting with people on LinkedIn in the tech community is you start connecting with the people that work in the company that you're applying for. Number 3, really important, updating your resume. Before you send your resume to any of these jobs, you want to make sure that your resume reflects some sales activity, some relation to tech sales. So I'll give you an example of this. If you were let's say your last job was a waiter. Well, being a waiter is not in tech sales. You're not in SaaS sales, but being a waiter has a lot of skills that are transferable in sales. For example, when a customer comes in, let's call that an inbound lead, you can sell them on certain items on the menu. You can sell them on desserts. You can upsell them. You can make them so happy that they'll come back and repeat their business. You can get referrals. There's a lot of things in the job of being a waiter that works in sales, just like in tech sales, just like I just said. An inbound lead comes through and you're able to sell them on certain items in your product. So find areas of your resume of your jobs that you've had in the past and ask yourself, well, what part of this job is similar to sales? So we're talking about being a waiter. I used to sell the most desserts in the restaurant, let's just say. So that could be something that's transferable. If you were, let's say you were a nurse or a doctor and now you're getting into tech sales, well, that's a really important job. What does a doctor do that a really good salesperson does in tech sales? They diagnose the problem before they prescribe the solution. They ask a lot of questions, deep discovery. And so that's what a doctor and a nurse does. And so you can take that and put it on your resume. So just make sure that your resume is catered to the job that you're applying. That part's really important. So how do you land a job in tech sales? Start with angel.co. Go into each of these, search the role that you want to apply for, SDR. You could potentially find account executive also. Let's see what happens. I'm going to do this on the fly right now. You could type in account executive, um, not senior account executives. Make sure you do not do that. You may find it a little bit more of a struggle to land an AE role if you have no experience. So that's why I'm recommending you start off with an SDR role. I'm just trying to click on any. I don't know what they're going to say. Let's see. Who you are. Yeah, so you see, like this one requires 5 years experience. So I would just start off as an SDR, and then if you do a really good job, you get promoted into an account executive position in that company. Work that for a while, and when you're ready, you can start applying to other account executive jobs with a higher salary, $250,000, $200,000, etc. Let's look at this one. I have a feeling that this one is going to be no SaaS sales experience. 3+ years experience working in direct B2B sales and has agency experience owning growing accounts. So it's not really SaaS sales experience. It's just purely B2B media sales experience. So if you worked in that type of role in the past, but not tech sales, this could be a really good place for you to apply to. So that's the thing. Start by doing your research. I'd recommend angel.co. Filter it out by the role that you want to apply. If you're new to tech sales, I'd recommend SDR. Then apply to the job on Angel, then get involved in the tech community on LinkedIn, and then connect with a recruiter, whoever's name is listed on that job application, job description on LinkedIn, and then connect with the people within that company as well. And then make sure you update your resume. I'd probably update your resume first before you start applying, obviously. And then remember, I stay organized. Keep everything that you're applying to, all the companies that you're applying to, and the people that you're connecting with, maybe on a spreadsheet, so you can stay organized and keep track of everything. Anyways, hope this helps. Don't forget to subscribe and like this video.